Hey you guys, my name's Tom, and I'm Tom, your neighborhood butcher. Today we're going to go through all of our local ads and we're going to break down Albertsons, Safeway, Fry's, Bash's, and Aldi's. And we're going to try to find the best prices across all these companies to save you money and save you time, but mainly save you money. I'm here to save you money. I believe in shopping your local grocery stores in your area to try to find a better price on products, say going up against your Walmart prices or your Amazons or, your bigger companies like Costco and Winco. So I'm here to try to save you money shopping at your local grocery stores rather than going into your big box stores. All right, let's get at it, you guys. We're going to start with Safeway Albertsons today. Safeway Albertsons is running a hell of a deal if you're trying to put something on the grill. Just take a look at this front page ad. We're looking at a digital offer right here for petite sirloin for $3.97 a pound. This is a fabulous price at this point in the game, right before summer. It's still pretty nice outside, not too hot, not too cold. And a great time to be grilling steaks. And a petite sirloin is a pretty decent steak to throw on the grill. I mean, I'm not going to call it a great steak. We know petite sirloin, it's an average steak. But to be able to throw something on the grill for $4 a pound or $3.97 a pound, that's a great deal. And then you just move right on over, and then they're offering London broil and top round roast. Top round roast it's more of a slicing roast. You definitely can crock pot it. It just takes a lot longer because it's from the butt of the cow. And it's a pretty lean piece of meat. It doesn't tender up as well as, say, like a petite sirloin or a New York strip or ribeye or something like that. So it's a decent steak, but London broil and top round roast at $3.99 a pound, that's a pretty decent deal. London broil can be thrown on the grill. You want to do it on the rare side. But I don't suggest that. Mainly top round, I suggest, stew meats, stir fries, chop sueys, or, that roast that you put in the oven and then you slice it, serve a nice au jus with it, something you can dip it in, or a nice gravy, and then, go to town like that. Makes very good beef jerky. So there's a lot of things that London broil and top round are good for. They're also throwing an ad at us here on boneless half loin pork. A boneless half loin for $1.99 a pound. Looks like it's the shoulder roast too, so you can get the shoulder and the boneless pork loin for $1.99 a pound. It's a great deal too. Nothing too special, it's not groundbreaking, but $1.99 is a good price for a piece of pork, either pork shoulder or pork loin. And then we're going right into a good hamburger deal, $3.99 a pound on your 80% lean ground beef, sold in the value pack. Now, I know Bash's will always run on their front page basically a $2.99 lean 80% ground beef. So $3.99 is an average price, while you're picking up your top round, you're picking up a loin, maybe you're picking up petite sirloin. If you don't feel like going somewhere else, well, then you can pick up a little bit of a hamburger from here at Safeway Albertsons, and it's still a decent deal. If you look down the side of this ad, looks like we're doing a lot of graduation offers. Graduation platters on cookies, and here's a big bucket of chicken, sandwiches and cakes with, your graduates' picture on it and stuff like that. So you have a whole bunch of things for graduation. And parents out there, congratulations on your kids graduating. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so to get back to the protein, we also have your Redbird chicken. This is a very good brand. Redbird chicken is an awesome brand, and I wish more companies carried this brand of chicken because it is a hormone-free, injection-free, very natural product. It's not an organic product, but a natural product, and one doesn't have the water retention, salt solutions, any of that stuff in it. It's a good brand. Blueberries for $2.99 each. I believe that's it's a 16-ounce pack. That's pretty good. That's a good price for $2.99 for blueberries. Let's slide down this ad a little bit more. If you like yogurt, 87 cents each. That's a pretty decent price. And then they have a big deal on mix and match, buy two, get two free, which of course you need to look at your how much you're paying for that total retail or regular retail price so that you can figure out how much that buy one, get one is and if you're actually getting a decent deal. Powerade products for 87 cents. Man, food trucks, you know, water donations. This would make a good donation. Man, that's a really good price. But mainly food trucks, that's a decent price. You can sell that easily for, you know, a couple bucks and make a bit of a profit. Looks like Coke and Pepsi products, buy two, get two free. Most of these grocery stores, if you shop through all of them, you'll find one of them running a buy two, get two free on Coke and Pepsi products. That's a pretty normal ad for these guys. Let's keep sliding down this ad and see if we can find some more good center of the plate products that are a decent deal. This $5 Friday deal right here, it's a 24-ounce bacon for $5, which is a pretty good deal for 24 ounces of bacon. You really can't go wrong unless it's just crappy tasting. But you know, it seems like a pretty decent deal. Let's look at it here. So it basically just says thick sliced bacon or pepperoni, and it's a Hormel product. That's not bad. 24 ounces of bacon for $5. That's worth taking advantage of on Fridays. Let's keep sliding down this. We have a whole host of coupons here where they're trying to save you a little bit of money. Sara Lee products at $2.99. That's a pretty regular price as well across most of these stores. Red Baron pizzas at $3.99 each. That's a pretty decent price. That's a digital deal. And here's some Fab 5, they're calling it, or buy 5 or more. So you have a couple different deals here. Basically, they're dollar deals on a whole host of items. You know, look for this mix and match or Fab 5 POS or the tag on the shelf to find those deals. Here's another Friday sale. Johnsonville sausages and then your big smoked sausages bar S for $5 each. Now the big smoked sausage bar S is probably a good deal, but your Johnsonville, unless that's the bigger pack Johnsonville, oh it is. Okay, that is a good deal for $5. It's not too bad. And then we have a shrimp here for $5 as well. It's a 3140 count cooked shrimp, it looks like, sold in a 2-pound bag for $5 per pound is what I would assume. All right, here's some more protein items. You have USDA choice beef tri-tip steak or roast for $6.99 a pound. Not too bad, you know, for a good tri-tip. Tri-tip is a wonderful piece of meat, guys, if you haven't tried it. I know it has quite a bit of fat to it, but man, that's what makes your tri-tip so juicy. And a tri-tip is amazing in the smoker as well. You also have your pork shoulder steaks or country style ribs for $2.99, and that's a pretty good deal as well. Let's slide down this a little bit more. Here's top round steaks, thin cut, sold in the value pack. So what they're trying to do is upsell you on a thin cut value pack for $5.99 a pound from their front ad item, you know, of your London broil and top round for $3.99. So that's an upcharge for that London broil top round. And we'll have to go over on how those are cut and how that's merchandised, and I can show you, you know, why they're upcharging you and how they're upcharging you. You got some digital offers here, 2 for $7 on Oscar Mayer hot dogs, $3.50 a pack. I mean, it's a little bit of savings. I want to say they're $3.99 regular price, so about 50 cents. And then you have some Farmland products and Smithfield products. These are only 12 ounce. This is a 12-ounce Farmland. Normally Farmland bacon is 16 ounce, but they have obviously for Safeway and Albertsons made a 12-ounce version of their bacon, which I love. Farmland bacon. It's a good bacon. And for $3.99, that's not too bad for 12 ounces. 50 cents an ear on corn. Let's keep rolling down this thing and see what else we have for our Safeway Albertsons ad. Getting into the GM and the non-food stuff. But usually they have another steak deal or something down here towards the end. Nope, that's it for Safeway Albertsons. So they had a really hot front page items, really trying to draw that customer into the store with these really, really hot competitive prices that are, these prices are going to beat Walmart all day long, Costco all day long. You're not going to find a petite sirloin at Costco or Walmart for $3.97 a pound. They're going to be more in that regular retail, more in that, $6-7 a pound. So these are really good prices for Safeway and Albertsons, trying to really hit it out of the park and save you money. All right, let's slide to the Fry's ad next. Let's go to that ad. Let's slide up here and take a look at what Fry's is offering. Fry's is offering boneless tenderloin and pork loin, buy one, get one free. Now we'll have to take a look at the regular retail price to see where your buy one, get one is. But I want to say that pork loin is probably going to be around $2.49 a pound, and same with the pork tenderloin. Now the best deal in this, you guys, is the pork tenderloin. That pork tenderloin is an amazing piece of meat. It is lean, tender. You can throw that piece of meat in the crock pot and make shredded pork out of it. So if you're looking for that alternative from your pork shoulder, that's a very lean, tasty piece of meat, and that pork tenderloin is going to work really good if you're trying to make a leaner, say, pulled pork. Now, that's a wonderful deal, and I love doing the pork tenderloin. Make your little pork tenderloin medallions out of that thing, too. Beautiful piece of meat, especially paired with this asparagus or something like that. Very, very good stuff. Avocados, 3 for $2. It's not bad. And then $8.99 on your Atlantic salmon. That's a pretty regular price for Atlantic salmon. For Fry's, $8.99. It bounces around between $8.99, $9.99, and $7.99 on a pretty regular basis. And then another center of the plate is going to be your drumsticks and thighs. If you're looking on making some fried chicken, or baking up some chicken, or smoking some chicken, I tell you, smoked drumsticks and thighs, that's like heaven in my eyes anyway. All right, Sara Lee products over here on the side, and this is save $1 when you buy 5. You also, don't forget, you shop on Fridays, it's 4 times fuel points on Friday for everything you purchase. That is a smoking deal, and will help you save money on your gas bill if you're still driving that gas guzzler. Crescent rolls and Grand's biscuits for $1.99 each. That's a good price, you guys, and one worth coming into Fry's and picking some of that up. Here's your giant boxes of cereal. These are the big boxes, 3 for $10. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And those are the big boxes, which I like those. They at least last longer. Gatorade, 10 for $10. Final cost. Again, food trucks, donations, 10 for $10 on Gatorade is a really good price. And then we're running a digital deal where we're having just Coke and Pepsi products at $5.99 a 12-pack. That's actually not too bad. I think they're $10.99 regular price. And so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's half price on your 12 packs from your regular price. Remember, we never pay regular price ever. So this is a decent price for a good product. Then you have your chubbed hamburger, 80% lean, sold in the 1 pound roll for $3.49. So Safeway or Fry's is beating Safeway Albertsons by a little bit. 50 cents a pound on their 80% lean ground beef. Ooh, this is a good deal here. You have 2 pounds of blueberries for $3.99. That's a very good deal for those who like blueberries out there. $1.29 each on your half gallons of milk. That is a smoking deal, you guys. Remember, these are weekly digital ads. Use each coupon up to 5 times in one transaction. So that first transaction, when you go to buy these products, make sure you buy the 5 so that you can really get your maximum savings on all these products. Let's keep sliding down this a little bit more. Folgers coffee for $7.99. That is a pretty decent deal. Very good, actually. Let's slide down this a little bit more. Hormel bacon. Now that is a 16-ounce product there for $5.49. It's okay. If you like Hormel, let's keep sliding down this ad. Let's see what we can find. That's a pretty decent price on Hormel Healthy Choice sandwich meat for $3.99. Here's your Denmark dinner sausages. You get 10 sausages for $10, so $1 a sausage basically. 2.72 pounds. It's not too bad of a price there. And then we also have, now here we go. So remember we had Safeway Albertsons running a $5 sale on a 24 ounce of bacon. And here's a 24 ounce Mrs. Wright's. This is a 24 ounce bacon for $8.99. So where do you think the better price is? Yeah, I think so too. Here we go. Cheetos, Fritos, and Lay's. 4 for $10. When you buy 4, so you have to buy 4 bags of that to get the deal. Ooh, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. That hit the consumers like #1 barbecue sauce on the consumers list as far as taste and quality. Sweet Baby Ray's is one of my standards that I use all the time. Been using for years. So I agree with that. But mix and match, buy one, get one. That's not bad. Look at your regular retail to see if that's a good price. Truly a good price. Let's slide down this a little bit more. Cabbage for 99 cents per pound. 24 count of water for $3.69 for donations if you feel like donating water this year. Let's slide down this a little bit more. St. Louis style ribs for $3.49 a pound. Now that's that nice middle section, of your spare rib without the brisket bone on it. So not too much waste. St. Louis style rib is a nice rib and a good complement to a baby back rib. And then you have boneless pork chops, 10 chops for $10, $1 a chop. And here we go, pork. There's your pork shoulder for $1.99 a pound. So these competitors are very much so in that same range as far as price on a lot of these pork products. Here we go, 2 pounds of strawberries for $4.99 per tub. That is definitely a good deal, man. I'm thinking strawberry shortcake or strawberry preserves if you like making your own jams and jellies. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, not too bad. This $6.99 a pound on your boneless chuck roast. Now that chuck and most of your roasts are up in that $8.99 a pound regular price, $6.99 a pound is a decent price. Finding those $4 a pound roast deals are gonna become more and more hard to find. So a $6.99 a pound chuck, in particular, isn't too bad. And chuck, in my opinion, is the best roast out there as far as beef roast, coming from the shoulder of the cow. It's just a good one. It shreds within 4 to 6 hours. You can always get a chuck eye off of it if you want to make a good steak. And then if you thin cut this chuck, it makes wonderful carne asada. So it's a good piece of meat just in general. I love it. It's one of my favorites and I use it all the time. Let's slide down this ad a little bit more. $1.59 on a smoker. Okay, that's all we have for fries. So their big deal is $6.99 a pound chuck roast. And then they're buy one, get one free on both your pork loin and your pork tenderloin. And to me, that pork tenderloin is your best deal of those 2 items. And then you have a $1.29 a pound drumsticks and thighs. That's pretty darn good. All right, let's slide over to the Bash's ad and see what Bash's is running today. Very competitive ad. I tell you, both Bash's, Albertsons, and Safeway are really trying to pull you in with good meat deals. Here's a boneless pork loin for $1.79 a pound. My God, that's a great deal. You can't go wrong. That's gonna beat the fries buy one get one free, and the Safeway Albertsons at Then they're running their lean 80% ground beef at $2.49 a pound. That is a smoking price. I mean, you can't get 80% lean ground beef for $2.49 a pound. I mean, the cost on just your basic chuck is up in the $6 and $7 a pound range. So they're losing their butt on that price, trying to bring customers into their store. And that is one to go pick up at Bash's', you guys. It is a great deal, great deal. So then they have a 3-day sale. Here's a pork country style rib for 99 cents a pound. It's probably going to be a blade rib and a sirloin rib, I would assume. You know, you're not going to get a center cut for that. But at 99 cents a pound, God, you can throw that in the crock pot and shred it up and smoke it and do all kinds of different things for 99 cents a pound. That is a great deal. And let's see what the limit is on that one. It's probably just limit a couple packs. 3-day sale. It's not really telling you what the limit is. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday only sale. Blueberries for 2 for $5. That's a 16-ounce pack. And then their average everyday low price for thighs and their store-bought boneless, skinless breast is $2.99 a pound. It's not too bad. You know, you can always go to Bash's' and get a $2.99 chicken breast or $2.99 chicken thigh. Every single week they're running this price, and normally this 80% is $2.99, so they're beating what they normally run by 50 cents a pound. But both of those prices are really good. And a lot of the times beat the competitor. Here we go, strawberries. Looks like that's a 16-ounce pack for $2, which isn't too bad. I think Fry's had that 2-pounder for $4.99, so that beats the price of that 2-pound tub. You know, one thing about Bash's' is they have really good produce. A lot of the times they buy local, you know, their local markets, and they really do run and hang their hat on really good produce. That's a win. Buy 2 get 2 free on Pepsi products, it looks like. You know, like I was telling you before, most of these companies, you can go across these companies and find a buy 2 get 2 free on their either Coke or Pepsi products or both. And this week is no exception. 89 cents on Powerade. There you go, man. That's a great food truck item right there. $3.99 on Red Baron Pizza. We saw that at one of the competitors as well. Villa. What is it there? Villa Roma sausages. This is a 16-ounce pack. You know, the Johnsonville, I want to say, is a 19-ounce pack, so you're getting a little bit more for the price, but at $2.99 each for a pack of sausage, God, that's a great deal. That'll save you a couple bucks on that package that you'd normally pay. Coke products, it looks like $1.25 a 2-liter. That's a damn good price right there, you guys. Man, limit 4, so at least you can get a decent amount of them. And then you have your Cosmic Crisp apples for 69 cents a pound. Man, that's a great price. Bash's' is hitting it out of the park. That's on their digital pricing. So remember, you're going to have to go download those digital coupons. Let's keep sliding down this. Sanderson Farms chicken, $1.69 for looks like a half chicken. Yeah, T-bone, $12.99. That's nothing too. Oh, here's a good deal. I mean, it's summertime, and normally people aren't necessarily cooking turkey, but at $1.19 a pound for a turkey breast, I tell you, if you really need a good protein to put on your table and you're struggling, $1.19 a pound for a turkey breast is a damn good price, and you will get multiple meals out of that, multiple sandwiches. I mean, that's a good one. You guys, that's a good smoker material right there. Man, a smoked turkey breast, make sandwiches out of that stuff. Phenomenal. So, you know, give it up for Bash's' for running a good Genio turkey breast almost into the summer for $1.19 a pound. That is definitely worth going and picking up. All right, let's slide down this a little bit more and see what else we got rolling in at the Bash's'. Some beer prices. What else are we looking at here? 99 cents red, gold, orange, and green bell peppers. It's not bad. What else do we have? Let's keep looking at this thing. I could have swore I saw a really good shrimp deal at Bash's'. Go back up this ad and take a look at this. I feel like I missed something. Nope, I absolutely did not. That must have been on last week's ad. Sometimes I get these ads confused going through these week to week. Okay, and here's our new one. I had never really done Aldi's before, but I'm going to do just a quick breakdown on Aldi's. This week, Aldi's only has just a couple items. It looks like they're running more of a summer kind of, summer wear, summer lounge, pools, things like that. But they have a couple smoking deals on prices down here for just a couple items. So let's take a look at this. You got Morton's Omaha Fresh Seasoned Tri-Tip, just $5.99 per pound. That's a good deal, especially pre-seasoned, ready to go in the bag, man. Pop that out, throw it in the smoker, throw it in the grill, throw it in the oven, and at $5.99 a pound, man, that is a good one. And Aldi's runs a pretty low price, competitive low price anyway, so I'm sure there's other items in their store that they're going to have a good price on. I'm going to start going through the Aldi's ads each week so that we can just get a handle on maybe shopping at an Aldi's too. All right, now let's look at this salmon price here. So this is a fresh orange ginger Atlantic salmon on a cedar plank for $9.99 a pound. On the plank, already seasoned, ready to go for $9.99 a pound. Boy, that's good. And that thing can go right on the grill. No fuss, no messing with it, no making your hands smell like salmon or any of that kind of stuff. And you're ready to go. So Aldi's throwing out a couple good prices on a few meat items. I mean, just real quick, here's their ad from last week, or the finishing up this week. You had strawberries on sale, they had blueberries on sale, apples on sale. So they were running some decent sales. Short ribs for $7.29 a pound. I'm going to start going through this Aldi's ad and really kind of going over some of this stuff. $4.19 a pound on bacon. Appleton's Farms Premium Sliced Bacon. That is a 16-ounce bacon for $4.19. That's a pretty good price for a 16-ounce bacon. Here's a 20-count hash brown for $3.99. Boy, you can make so many meals out of that thing. So this is the ad that they're getting ready to end. And it's not bad. And I'm going to start going over all these going forward. Hey, if there's any other markets, say you live in New York or California, or say you live up in Oregon or anywhere in the country, if you'd like me to go over your local grocery store ads for you, please drop a comment down in the comment section and let me know what area you come from, what city you live in. And if I get enough people asking about a breakdown from that city, I would love to do that breakdown for you for sure. So just please let me know in the comments if you'd like me to break down the local grocery stores in your area. I would love to do that. That would be so fun to me. All right, you guys, thank you for spending some time with me. Please like and subscribe. That's what makes it all go around. I've also just recently become monetized, and I'm at 835 subscribers right now, and we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, you guys. So please help me out. Hit that subscribe button. Share this to a friend that might not be subscribed to me, and just help me get out there into the algorithm. The likes, the comments, the thumbs up, any of that stuff helps Tom, your local neighborhood butcher, get out into the algorithm so that we can continue to give this kind of commentary and break down ads like this and just do what we do. Hey, thank you again. I appreciate each and every one of you for spending some time with me. Thank you, and bye now.